Hello and welcome to Lifetime English Learning. And as always, I am Tim, your teacher. Today, we are going to talk about the way Americans shorten our phrases and sentences. And we are going to give you different ways that Americans shorten their words, only using the word you. So all of these phrases will have you in it. Let me explain first. Americans love to make and speak as fast as possible. So sometimes we end up putting words together, and it can be very difficult for people like you who are learning the language to understand. And I want to clear up all of these different words that you can hear. So the first phrase that we are going to talk about is what did you? Americans like to shorten what did you to what chu or whatcha. We typically use what did you for questions in the past. An example of a shortened American sentence. What'd you do yesterday? And someone would respond, oh, I had English class, and after that, I went to dinner, and after that, I went home. Or they could say, what you do on Christmas? And the response could be, oh, I went to my parents' house and celebrated with my family. And phrase number 2 is I got you. But Americans say I got you or I gotcha. And typically Americans say I got you for I understand or I heard. So, an example. A teacher is talking to a parent about what the parent needs to do to help their kid. The teacher says, so we really need to make sure your son is reading every single night. And the parent would say, I got you. I got you. Thank you for your help. Thank you for teaching my son. Another example is a salesman talking to his boss. And the boss says, you really need to start selling more. If you don't sell more, then I may need to fire you. You may need to look for another job because you are not working good enough. You need to sell more merchandise to make more money. And the salesman would say, I gotcha. I'm gonna start selling more, I promise. And our third phrase is for did you. And Americans typically say Jew. So, for example, did you eat at 8 o'clock with your friends today? And the response would be, yes, I did. I ate at 8 with my friends. And 8 at 8 means I ate, which is the past tense for to eat, at 8, which is 8 o'clock. So I ate at 8 with my friends. means that is the time that I consumed food with my friends. And our fourth phrase that Americans like to short is for when did you? And this is used in English when you want to ask about the time something occurred. And Americans usually say when'd or when'ja. For example, two friends are talking about a park that is close. And one friend has never been to the park, and the other friend goes all the time. So this friend asked, "Oh, when did you go to that park last time?" And the friend that hasn't gone says, "Oh, I've never been to that park." Now the friend's, "What? You need to go." And this friend says, "Oh, when'd you go last?" When'd you go last means when did you go last? "Oh, when'd you go last?" "Oh, I went yesterday." And another way they say it is when'd you. Imagine there are two couples that are married. The husband and the wife, and then another husband and a wife. And they are eating together. The two couples are eating together. And this couple asks, "Oh, when'd you get married?" And they say, "Oh, we got married in 1976. When'd you get married?" And this couple says, "Oh, we got married in 2005. So when'd you and when'ja, when did you? And our next phrase, or our fifth phrase, is who'd you and who'ja. And Americans use this for who did you. So an example, we use this sentence to ask about a specific person. And an example, there are two people talking, and this person went out the night before. To go out just means you go out to a bar, and they are talking about what they did over the weekend. And they ask, "Oh, who'd you go out with this weekend?" And the other person says, "Oh, I went out with my two best friends." And the other one asks, "Oh, who'd you go out with this weekend?" And the other person responds, "I went out with my girlfriend to a restaurant." And our next word that we are going to go over is how'd you and how'ja. When we talk about how, we are going to need an explanation. There are going to be more details when you ask, "How did you do something?" So Americans say how'd you and how'ja. And here's an example. There are two people talking, and one person asks, "How'd you film such a good YouTube video?" And the other person says, "Oh, I have a great camera, and there are a lot of light in the room, and I plan everything that I am going to say." Another example is two people are talking. There is a mechanic talking to another mechanic, and there was a car that was destroyed. And this mechanic asks how'd you fix that car that was completely destroyed? And this guy says, oh, it was easy. All I did was I replaced the motor. I took out the engine and I put in another engine. An engine and motor are the same thing, by the way. And our final shortened phrase of the day is where'd you or where'd ya? And this is short for where did you? So imagine an American says, oh, where'd you go to get that book? And the other American says, oh, I went to the library. And another example is there are two Americans talking, and one American says, oh, where'd you go to get those clothes? I love your shoes. And the other American says, oh, I went to the mall and bought them at my favorite clothing store. This is the end of our video. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like. Please follow the channel if you liked the content. And you can go check out our website, www.lifetimeenglishlearning.com. Leave a comment. If you are interested in having English classes with me, you can leave a comment or you can visit our website. Thank you so much. You all have a great day.